Welcome to the Belated Tech Channel 63rd edition and second year of the Tesla and SpaceX Redux. We are reviewing the milestones that occurred on each day in the week of November 29th through December 5th in the history of Tesla, Neuralink, SpaceX, Starlink, the Boring Company, and Elon Musk's other businesses. November 29th, 2012, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk said at the Royal Aeronautical Society meeting near this date, quote, "Some money has to be spent on establishing a base on Mars. It's about getting the basic fundamentals in place. That was true of the English colonies in the Americas. It took a significant expense to get things started. At Mars, you can start a self-sustaining civilization and grow it into something really big. One problem is getting enough people to a colony on Mars to make it self-sustainable." Musk addressed this, postulating, quote, "Once there are regular Mars flights, you can get the cost down to $500,000 for someone to move to Mars. The ticket price needs to be low enough that most people in advanced countries, in their mid-40s or something like that, could put together enough money to make the trip. Then I think there are enough people who would buy that to have it to be a reasonable business case." As of 2021, Musk hopes to launch the first unmanned flight to Mars in 2026, and the first manned flight in 2030. November 30th, 2020. Arcimoto CEO Mark Frohnmayer said near this date that Elon Musk was the first person to wreck one of its production FUV three-wheeled EVs. The incident occurred sometime during 2019. Frohnmayer said, quote, "He jumped into the driver's seat of Adeo's Arcimoto and promptly drove it into a brick wall. Adeo is Silicon investor and longtime Musk friend Adeo Ressi." Interestingly, Musk has been public about his lack of support for three-wheel EVs due to safety concerns. The Arcimoto FUV can reach a top speed of 75 miles per hour and sports an estimated city range of 103 miles. The U.S. government considers three-wheel vehicles to be motorcycles, and thus exempt from many of the safety regulations applicable to four-wheel vehicles. December 1st, 2019. Cable business channel CNBC reported on this date that Elon Musk was still the owner of the 1976 Lotus Esprit used in the filming of the 1977 James Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me. In the movie, the sports car during a chase scene drives into the ocean, converts into a submarine to escape, and resurfaces on land sometime later. The purchase price in 2013 was somewhere just south of $1 million. Musk said about the purchase, quote, "It was amazing as a little kid in South Africa to watch James Bond in The Spy Who Loved Me drive his Lotus Esprit off a pier, press a button, and have it transform into a submarine underwater. I was disappointed to later learn that it really can't transform. What I'm going to do is upgrade it with a Tesla electric powertrain and try to make it transform for real." The fascinating nugget in CNBC's story was that the car was purchased in 1989 for $100, being the contents of an unclaimed storage unit. It was a blind auction, meaning the buyers nor the sellers had any idea what was inside. The sports car, one of 8 used in the filming of the Roger Moore Bond movie, but the only one that operated in underwater scenes, had been put into the storage unit by the production crew after filming and remained there, forgotten for more than a decade until the lucky buyers came along. The buyers sat on it for 24 more years before deciding to part with the unique car. The Lotus sold at auction at Sotheby's to Musk. Want to know how to navigate our channel content? We refer to tech documentary segments as episodes. Coverage of current events in space exploration, science, and technology are labeled as shorts. Space and tech history are documented in an anthology called Milestones. Gameplay recordings can be discovered on the Belated Tech Gaming channel in videos called Walkthroughs and Side Missions. Reviews of tools and equipment hail from the Tool Crib, and reviews of small electronics and appliances arrive by way of the Radio Shed. Looking for a specific video on our channel that we may have mentioned in one of our other videos? Links to those episodes can be found in the description section below. Also, we have begun labeling our video titles with numbers, such as M105 for Milestones 105 or S49 for Short 49, so viewers can perform a title search. Finally, you can peruse our entire 300+ video library by looking at our playlists, which conveniently sort videos by subject. December 2nd, 2017, Musk raised $3.5 million in 24 hours for the Boring Company near this date by selling flamethrowers. This followed a similar stunt the previous month in which he sold 50,000 caps at $20 each to raise $1 million. According to SolarCity, the flamethrower appeared to be, quote, simply a propane torch fitted on what seems to be a modified CSI Star XR5 airsoft rifle. As Musk had suggested in his tweets, the device would only shoot a flame a short distance, not the 24 yards possible with a real flamethrower. The publicity generated by this stunt was probably worth an order of magnitude more than the $3.5 million it raised. Tesla, SpaceX, and the Boring Company fans are still talking about the promotion years later, and the flamethrower continues to be featured in videos posted on social media. Want to buy one? Listings for the device range anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 on eBay. The original cost was $500 plus $30 for an optional fire extinguisher. December 3rd, 2013, the SES-8 satellite was lifted to orbit on a Falcon 9 1.1 rocket, booster 1004, from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station's Launch Complex 40 on this date. No attempt was made to recover the booster. It was the first geostationary transfer orbit launch for the Falcon 9 and the first successful reignition of the second stage. SES-8 was inserted into a supersynchronous transfer orbit of 49,300 miles in apogee with an inclination of 21 degrees to the equator. The satellite is stationed at 95 degrees east longitude, serving South Asia. As of 2021, the SES-8 satellite has undergone half of its expected service life. Have you agreed with our choices, or do you think there are other events in space and tech history that are better? Go ahead and share with us by dropping a comment below. If you have suggestions for a space and tech milestone, let us know. We'll credit events we pick for future videos to those viewers that post them. We hope you have been enjoying our content. Have we earned your subscription to our channel? If yes, and you have not taken the opportunity to subscribe, please take a moment to do so now and click the bell notification icon so you don't miss upcoming videos. We want to continue delivering great content to you. You can always unsubscribe, and subscribing is free. December 4th, 2017, Elon Musk tweeted near this date, quote, Falcon Heavy to launch next month from Apollo 11 pad at the Cape. We'll have double thrust of next largest rocket. Guaranteed to be exciting one way or another. Payload will be my Midnight Cherry Tesla Roadster playing Space Oddity. Destination is Mars orbit. We'll be in deep space for 1 billion years or so if it doesn't blow up on ascent. The revelation of Musk's plans for his 2008 Roadster drew rage from scientists, journalists, and political demagogues eager to score some virtue points from their constituencies. To many, the move was a billionaire's indulgence that was Musk's way of thumbing his nose at the little people. And the anger did not abate even after the Roadster was successfully lifted onto its journey towards Mars, with attendant video. Musk's reasons for using his Tesla sports car was significantly more mundane. Rocket tests are usually performed with an inert, non-functional payload, being since nobody wants to sacrifice their perfectly functional multi-million or billion-dollar payload on a test launch. Couple that with Musk's desire to raise awareness for SpaceX and its eventual interplanetary mission to Mars, and you have the perfect reason to launch a Roadster into space. Sitting in the driver's seat was one of SpaceX's new spacesuits for NASA's Commercial Crew program. It was marketing gold. December 5th, 2018, CRS-16 resupply freighter was lifted to the ISS on this date by a Falcon 9 B-5 rocket, Booster 1050, from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station's Launch Complex 40. The booster, in use for the first time, experienced a grid fin hydraulic pump stall on re-entry, which caused it to spin out of control and crash short of the ground pad into the sea, destroying it. The Dragon 1 capsule, C-112, carried a total of 5,700 pounds of material into orbit. This included 3,500 pounds of pressurized cargo, including 40 mice bound from the International Space Station, and 2,200 pounds of unpressurized cargo, composed of 2 external station experiments, the Global Ecosystem Dynamics Investigation LiDAR, and the Robotic Refueling Mission 3 module. C-112 also carried a pair of CubeSats originally planned to launch aboard the Cygnus NG-10 resupply mission. These included the Unite CubeSat from the University of Southern Indiana, and the TechEd Sat-8 CubeSat from NASA's Ames Research Center. On October 25, 2021, SpaceX competitor Blue Origin announced a joint venture with Sierra Space for a commercial space station called the Orbital Reef in low Earth orbit. The announcement follows commitments by Lockheed Martin and NanoRacks to build their own space station, and Axios Space to do the same solo. Sierra Space brings its spaceplane to the table, while Axios Space is beginning its astronaut training program with the February 2022 launch of the AX-1 mission to the ISS. Bigelow Space was the first commercial company to plan building its own space station, as well as additional modules on the ISS, but the firm went bankrupt at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic in March of 2020. For its part, SpaceX has shown little interest in building a low Earth orbit space station, or a lunar space station like that planned by NASA for the Artemis program. The company is instead focused on planning for Mars Base Alpha, their name for the first landing site of Starship interplanetary spacecraft currently under development. The company has not discussed a space station orbiting Mars either. SpaceX Starship's first orbital flight is expected in early 2022, after an expected FAA licensing due in December. We hope you enjoyed this 63rd episode of Lotus, Tesla, and SpaceX Redux. If so, click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe or just stay in touch by following us on our microblogging accounts, which are listed below, as well as in the community feed for this channel. We announce all new videos on those outlets. Stay connected by occasionally checking our Instagram feed and Minds page, where we post content from our upcoming episodes and from episodes past that you may have missed, and where we cover current news and events related to channel content. Thanks for watching.